Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. I wanted to come to you live today and coming to you live back home in the great state. And I wanted to jump on here today as I'm waiting to do something for a family member. I said, man, let me jump on here so I can get back and not only get back, but get a nap in. But I'm doing well myself. No complaints at all. Happy to be back and happy to get to work to continue to raise awareness back home. My prayer is that not only for raising awareness, but my prayer is for the community to start taking actions to hold people accountable, and we can manifest and bring change to what we seek and what we need and throughout our communities. And I wanted to talk from the topic today of what I wanted to talk from the topic today that about politicians will continue to tell lies as long as the people believe them. Politicians will continue to tell lies as long as the people believe them. And I wanted to discuss that because there are some things I've been consistent daily, basically for going on 130 plus days now, and sharing things in reference to my hometown area, Perry County, Alabama, but also throughout there. I talk about Hale County and the surrounding areas known as the Black Belt region in Alabama. Now, we know, well, if you don't know, I spend a lot of time discussing the actions and the words from Perry County Commission Chairman Albert Fitzgerald Turner. I wanted to come on to discuss on Sundays. He has a radio station. He doesn't have a radio station. He has a show that's sponsored by the Perry County Civic League, and that show is on WJUS and is aired on Sunday mornings at 7:30. I used to then listen to it, but a lot of people was reaching out and saying, man, he's referencing you, talking about you a lot. And I wanted to get on there, and I listened to him again today. I've been listening to him for the last few weeks. One thing he said a lot of things in there today, and I just want to continue to spread awareness about it. Why? Because it's all lies and all misleading. The thing is, and what I mean by lies and misleading is I want people to understand how that works. What I mean by how it works is this: you wrap truth up in it so it can seem and present it as if it is truthful, but everything behind it is deceptive in how it's presented. Right? That's what I'm talking about. And there's a lot of holes that are left out. And when I say politicians, yeah, I'm specifically talking about Albert Fitzgerald Turner in reference to the things he said on the radio this morning, but I'm talking throughout, even from the local level all the way up to the national level. Politicians will continue to lie as long as the people believe them. As long as the people believe them. I made a post earlier, and in that post I talk about behavior patterns. And in that behavior patterns, I'm going to read a few because I want y'all to get it, right? Because I want to show just how hypocrisy doesn't discriminate based off of what party you're aligned to. But I want to say behavior patterns that of a politician we all know in Perry County and throughout the Black Belt region of Alabama. This politician, he often talks and acts in a very forceful way. He tries to look strong, quickly goes after people who criticize him, rarely admits when he is wrong, and treat politics like a competition where winning is the most important thing. The other pattern you see is he often talks about problems like they are big emergencies. This makes people feel danger is happening right now, and he presents himself as the only person who can fix it. The next pattern, he often uses an us versus them message. This means he makes his supporters feel like they are on one team, while other people are treated like the enemy or outsiders. This is another pattern. He is very good at getting attention and staying in the news or using the news. Sometimes the controversy may not even be an accident, but part of the overall plan. Another one, he often makes politics more about himself than about the office or the rules. That means the focus is usually on his personal problems, wins, enemies, and image or brand instead of a calmer and more official style. Now, this is not talking about Perry County Commission Chairman Albert Fitzgerald Turner. It is talking about behavior patterns linked to President Donald Trump. Now, but the truth is, a lot of their behavior seems very similar or identical. If you ask the people who support them, they may say that that behavior they're exhibiting is okay. But then those same people who may criticize somewhere else, those same people may criticize someone else for exhibiting or acting the same way. That is called hypocrisy, which means using one rule for your side and different rules for the other. Now, I wanted to point that out because there's a lot of parallels you can see in the actions of Albert Fitzgerald Turner and some of the actions, documented actions of President Trump and their behaviors. I'm talking about behaviors, right? There's a lot of parallel, but there's a lot of people who don't like Albert acting the way that he acts because they may support the president. But if you point that out for them supporting the president, they'll make an excuse for the president, but they'll turn around and want to crucify Albert. Then there's people who support Albert who turn around and crucify the president for exhibiting the same behavior. That is hypocrisy. That is cognitive dissonance. That is when somebody willfully make an excuse because they support a person, but they hate the behavior, but they don't call them out for it. And I wanted to make a post to show that, to show how you can look at it and don't put a name to it. And you can say, oh, that's this person. They exhibit this behavior. They exhibit that behavior. And I just wanted to show the hypocrisy in that. The hypocrisy. But I wanted to get on and I wanted to talk about good old Albert. This morning, again, he got on the radio like he's been doing the last few weeks. He get on the radio and he loves to talk. Now, today, it seems as if he was more calculated. And what I mean by calculated was, you know, he didn't really mention any names or anything or made any innuendos. What he did do is he continues to talk and make the reference like people don't know what they're talking about or people don't understand. Hold on. Y'all know I got to drink a little drink before I talk like him, right? And it's a Coke Zero for those that's when I say drink. If I was up north, it's drink a pop or a soda. But Albert said on the radio this morning, I wanted to discuss some capital projects we have going, and you know, some people don't understand and they don't know about how things go. You know, with the projects, there'll be delays and hold up with parts and contracts and other things, you know, that people don't understand. So I want to give you an update on what happened. So, you know what's funny with that? The thing about all of it is it's funny that he says that people don't understand, but his actions show that he doesn't have an understanding of it, right? So I want everybody to understand this. I have well documented the about Cedar Bluff Road, and that's what I'm about to reference to. Back in October 2023, when Albert was supporting then acting mayor Carlton Lewis to be elected as mayor, Albert came out and he published that for the first time, the city of Uniontown and the county reached an agreement to have the county paved Cedar Bluff Road in Uniontown. The city of Uniontown will only have to pay $3,000 for something, and they signed an agreement. It'll be the first time, and through the great work of Councilman Carlton Lewis and the collaboration with him and the county, we're gonna make this happen. Now that was October 2023, right? Y'all see right now, it is March 2026. Now let's fast forward to September 2025, when Albert was supporting incumbent mayor Ron Miller. He was also supporting incumbent councilman Sherman Norfleet. Sherman Norfleet was defeated by 1 vote to Dudley Long in that election, but Ron Miller won the runoff election. Now, in that post that was made in September of 2025, Albert promised that Cedar Bluff Road was approved, and they was gonna go, and it was gonna be done, and the work was gonna be completed no later than the beginning of October. Now that was all done round. He was trying to give it all credit to collaboration with Ron Miller. Now, if you know the history of Albert and Ron Miller, when Ron Miller was serving on the county commission, they did not get along at all. Albert talked about Ron Miller like a dog, saying that this man's budget was out of here, didn't know what he was doing, and talked about how Ron Miller sent the grant back. And I showed the letter of it too, how Ron Miller sent the grant back to the Delta Region Authority for $42,000, and how that was a mistake, and how he's working against the people and all of this stuff now. But then all of a sudden for this election, now they all kumbaya and everything, right? Now, with that, Albert said it was going to be done. October came and passed. Now, fast forward to November. November come along, and I come home. When I come home, I go to Cedar Bluff Road. I posted a video on Cedar Bluff Road. Matter of fact, let me pull it up. Let me see, can I pull it up on the date? If you go, it's one of my reels, and I'm going to it, and I'm going to find Cedar Bluff Road. And it was back in November. It was in November because I did a series of videos where I drove down the county roads. But I drove down Cedar Bluff Road. A couple of days later, Albert made a post on his Facebook page of signs being put up. He had people put up signs on Cedar Bluff Road. It was around the middle of November. But he had people put up signs on Cedar Bluff Road. And I remember I went live because somebody made a statement referencing me, talking about, I wonder what the Secretary of State, or, trying to be funny, I wonder what they gonna have to say about it. And I addressed that then. As far as with I addressed that on that live that day. But he put those signs up, the Rebuild Alabama and all of that stuff. He put all of that up. Now the thing is, what he didn't say was, when he put that up, he came up and said that Cedar Bluff Road was ready to get done. They got the signs up and everything, and depending on the weather, because the average temperature got to be over 50 degrees, and in December it is at this it is this or that, and that's that, and we're gonna get Cedar Bluff Road done. Now, fast forward, all of those promises he said in December it was gonna get done. I come back in January, no work being done on Cedar Bluff Road. Nothing. Those signs still up. I come back in February. Same thing. Nothing being done. Those signs up for Cedar Bluff Road. I went there this morning after listening to Albert Fitzgerald Turner said this morning. He said, and I quote, Cedar Bluff Road, the work for Cedar Bluff Road gonna be done this week. There was some delays. We couldn't get the tar from Demopolis, and we couldn't get that and this and that, but the work gonna be done this week. Yeah, gonna be done. Now my thing is this. I want people to understand this, right? I'm no subject matter expert on road construction. That is not my field of expertise. But I did inquire and talk to some people that know. I want everybody to understand this. People typically don't do roads in the winter months. They don't do it in the winter months. So to make that promise of the road was going to get done in December was all political theater. It was all 100% in response to me raising awareness. He's not going to say that because he don't want it to be, because he said I wasn't important enough to make him or the commission move. But when you sit down and think about it, it was all empty promise. He even came back and talked about how Cedar Bluff Road was approved, and then came back his on the voting thing and all this, that, and the third. So with him talking about he's going to do Cedar Bluff Road, I want Cedar Bluff Road to get done. I'm not upset about that. You know, and I would say this to you, Albert, my boy. I appreciate you doing it in the week that I come home. I appreciate you repaving that road. I count that as a welcome home gift from the chairman to me, from this outsider, for paving the road that my family live on, that road that been needing to be repaved for the last, 15, 20, 25, 30 years. So I appreciate that, my boy. But stop lying to the people about what you're going to do and why were the delays there. The delays were there because it wasn't set up before, and you just made promises, and you're not used to anybody coming back to you and holding you accountable. You're just not used to that. You're just not used to that. You mind hold up for a minute? You just not used to that. And what it is you want to save face, but the problem is, instead of doing the right thing, you come back with more lies. Come back with more lies. Like Albert said this morning about County Road 53. He announced that County Road 53 was getting repaired. Now I want everybody to understand this. A couple weeks ago, last month, Albert made the announcement that Perry County received $6 million in grants. $6.05 million in grants. It was a $1.05 million for County Road 53, and it was a $5 million going to HUD, the Uniontown, Alabama HUD department, to build 24 low income housing. 24 of them, right? Now, this is the thing. That $1.05 million grant was awarded to Perry County to fix County Road 53. Do y'all know what Albert Turner said this morning on the radio? I just want y'all to understand the level where he lies at. He said that project to repair County Road 53 is going to be a multi-million-dollar project. They got awarded a $1.05 million grant to do County Road 53. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Multi means more than one. So is $1.05 million a multi-million dollars? So $1.05 million, for those that may not know, is $1,050,000. It's $1,050,000 multi-million. See, this is the stuff that I talk about, and everybody be like, oh man, you just own them too much, and you should. No, because this man lie all the time. And he presented like he telling the truth. That's just a bona fide certified lie. Why lie about that? Just say, hey, we got a $1 million project to repair the road. But no, I got to make it look like it's way more than a multi-million-dollar project. Then he went on to say that they are going to pay the parking lot in front of the lunchroom at RC Hatch. That's why I went and did the other video this morning. Now, there's a lot of things that go into that than just him saying what they can do. One, if you've been following the Perry County Commission, they have never voted on doing that project. And I keep telling people, Albert does not have the authority to say what the commission going to do. The commission has to vote for it. And it has to be a majority vote. Now, what does Alabama law say? The reason why I say Alabama law, because anything dealing with the school, that's the Perry County Board of Education. That's their, they fall up under their purview. They got their own budget. They're a separate government entity. So in order for them to do it the same way Perry County is doing work for Uniontown on Cedar Bluff Road, they had to come to an agreement. Uniontown had to sign like a memorandum of understanding. Albert talked about it. So how in the world are you going to do R.C. Hatch parking lot without a memorandum of understanding? And this is what I'm talking about. This man always put the cart before the horse. He tell y'all he's going to do stuff without the approval. Then when they come back to the commission and the commission don't vote on it, he going to say that they hindered it. But it was never approved. It's just him. Want to save face, want to look good. For no reason at all. Man, that man is delusional. Like for real delusional. And I ain't never known nobody to lie, just lie for no reason. That'd just be like me saying, oh, the day ain't Sunday. The day is the day after Saturday. Ain't that the same thing? You just want to say something so you can appear like you good. You can appear like you different. You can appear like you know what's going on. And I want everybody to understand this. The reason why he's doing this is because what he cannot stand is the fact that he's been held accountable. Y'all see how that man moving when accountability hit him? Look how he's been moving for the last couple of months. Think about all the stuff that he's been doing. All the stuff he's been trying to show. That the level of desperation is real crazy work. It's crazy work, but it's sad at the same time. And the reason why I say it's sad at the same time is for the fact of a grown man, a man who's 62 years old, who throw childlike tantrums because he can't get his way, so used to manipulating people. And then when you ask for receipts, then he want to paint you like you the problem. You know, sometimes people don't realize that they create their own monsters. They create their own monsters by them not telling the truth. And I shared a post this morning, and one of my words of wisdom that I shared, and in that post, I literally said that, trying to pull it up now. Excuse me. In my post, it said, it said miserable people who have low self-esteem will always seek to be in a position of authority, to have a sense of control over others, to make themselves feel relevant. See, when you small and you feel small and you don't have you got low self-esteem, those are the people that, you know, that abuse positions of authority. They have the Napoleon complex, the short man complex, or they have all these different complexes. And they use their positions to try to gain authority over people, to make themselves feel important because they don't feel important themselves. Now, I'm speaking from a psychological perspective, right? As a psychology major, I'm not a psychologist or trying to diagnose anybody. I'm just talking about the real truth. Think about it. The people who tends to be the loudest, tends to always got to be in control. Things always got to be about them. They always got to be the center of attention. They always got to be the one making the decisions. It's just always them. But they never want they never want any of the accountability that comes with it. They never want the responsibility that comes with it. They never want any of the blame to be on them. They always blame other people. They always want people to cater to them. They always want people to compensate for them. They always want people to do all this stuff for them. They use people. They do all of this stuff because they really got low self-esteem. And they want to control so that they can feel like that they're good and they can deal with their insecurities and make them feel relevant. Because instead of them doing the work to deal with themselves and becoming who they are, they'll put all their time, energy, and efforts into all this other stuff for a sense of feeling like they're in control. And they attack anybody. They will lie, they will deceive, they will attack anybody to make themselves feel like they're relevant. And they will always, listen, they always got to be out front. They always got to be the one making the decisions. They want to be known as you the person that you come, they the person that you come to and talk to fix their problem. And this is what they do. They paint it as if they doing it for God, but it's all self-serving. If you watch their patterns, they have temper tantrum when they don't get their way. You in friend groups with them, if you ain't doing nothing they want y'all to do, they have mood swings. Y'all know them. Y'all live with them. They're in your family. A lot of people are like that. And we deal with it every day. The things are, when you have an elected official like that goes unchecked, you're setting yourself up for a disaster. You are. You are 100% setting yourself up for a disaster. But the whole thing, man, I just wanted to come on here shortly today and talk about that. There'll be some more stuff. Listen, the other thing with this, and I'm glad, Amy, I'm glad you're saying that. There'll be more and more attempts to organize and show people how to file for paperwork, how to file complaints, how to do those things. That is where the change will happen in our community. I'm just letting y'all know. That's why they fear that so much. That is where the change will happen in the community. And I'm saying that because that is 100% factual. And I know a lot of people don't know. We're going to continue to raise awareness, going to continue to share awareness. We're going to continue to educate, to elevate, expose to expand. Like I got on my shirt, educate, elevate, exposure leads to expansion, right? That change comes when the community collectively start to put forth those efforts, right? We've been talking about it for a while. Now it is time to file those complaints. It is time to report. It is time to not accept the same old. I'm just letting people know those same things. I'm telling you watching right now. Hey, them jokers done got real creative. They got real creative with how they trying to get that money here because they know people are watching. But I just want them to understand, Bobby Singleton, Albert, I want y'all to understand there's laws you got to abide by with the campaign finances. Now, if you throwing up there ghost businesses that you're making payments to, right? Just understand they're easily to be found. If you're putting up their ghost addresses that don't go to a businesses, that's raising suspicions. And guess what? Those suspicions will be elevated up to the Secretary of State page for fraud. Just want to let everybody know that. Because I'm definitely watching them campaign submissions, them financial reports, because during an election year, they got to file one every month. Every month. See, Albert said the Perry County Civic League donated $5,000 to his campaign in the month of February. $5,000. $5,000. Okay. And we watching closely. Because I know back in December, according to Albert Turner filings, he paid Kim Cosby, who is the over Project Grace, he paid her $1,000 for advertising. I'm just curious, what advertisement did she do? Y'all see what I'm saying? Project Grace, the same nonprofit organization that get money from allocated from the Indigent Service through Perry County. She got $5,000. Originally, on the original budget, she didn't get anything. But then when they went back and changed it without voting on it, he added $5,000 to her, $5,000 to Choice. But then he changed Sowing Seeds of Hope from $75,000, because it was $75,000 to Sowing Seeds of Hope on the original budget. But then they changed it, and $10,000 to Choice out of Uniontown. But then they changed it. They took it. They moved $10,000 from Sowing Seeds of Hope, and they added it to. They added $5,000 to Project Grace, and then another gave some more money to Choice. But we watching. We watching. I'm telling y'all, we watching, and we reporting. The community gonna know how to report, and it ain't gonna just be coming from one person. And the reason why the community gonna know how to report is because that is how. Because a lot of people have said this. A lot of people have asked these questions. How this person is not in jail, or how charges not, because we ain't reported. We just talk about it. We have to report it. And if there's any politicians at the state level or the federal level who is trying to intervene and try to get these people out of it, I'm just telling you right now, you will be exposed. You will be exposed, because we ain't going down quiet. I got time today. I got time to run to Montgomery and talk to people. I got time. And if you think people in Montgomery don't want to talk to a 26-year, 31-month, 3-time combat veteran about issues going on in their community, I would tell you, telling you right now, you are sadly mistaken. Highly decorated combat veteran from the Black Belt. So the connections that you think you have or whatever, I'm just letting you know is going to happen. The change right now has to happen as the community come forward. We got people that can do the notary republic. They can notarize the stuff. We're going to organize. We're going to help people. We're going to do a lot of things. I'm going to the courthouse next week to request to use the courthouse lawn, the people courthouse lawn, to show people and have it set up to where we can show people on the spot how to fill out those complaints, and we'll organize to get notaries there, and we can get it notarized right there on site. Then we can walk across the street and put it in the mail. Now, I don't know. We'll put it in the mail somewhere else. I don't want nobody interfering with it. But I want people to understand that is what it's going to take. That right there is what it's going to take. And on site, we'll show people how to request public records from the county and the city. And what city? It doesn't matter if you in Uniontown, Greensboro, Aliceville, Orville, Selma. We will show you how to officially request those records. Show you how to sit down. Show you how to ask for what you need, what you're looking for. That is where the change is going to happen in. Not just sharing things. Yeah, we do things to continue to raise awareness, but real change is going to happen when we start coming together. And I would tell you this: God did not give us the spirit of fear, but of love, power, and of sound mind. And obedience is better than sacrifice. A lot of people have reached out to me and shared information that are afraid for their names getting put out there. My thing that's speaking to that is this: why should people be afraid of their names getting out there when they are advocating for what's right? Because the Bible did talk about there will be people who say that good is bad and evil is good. And at the end of the day, this is not personal. It's not personal at all. If you've been doing wrong, it pisses me off because the way that the county looks, and I'm going to let people know this. I am going to do my due diligence to ensure that the world sees the very thing that I see in my home county. The world will see the visuals of it. The world will see the visuals of it. They will see the deplorable conditions. They will see the realities that people deal with. They will see it. And the excuse is not because we poor. The excuse is the incompetence of leaders, of black leaders, elected leaders we've had in these positions that we've given too many goddamn passes to. I'm telling you right now, listen, if you don't think people aren't watching, you are sadly mistaken. It was reported to me that Albert went up to they had a commissioner conference up there in Huntsville this past week. I think I shared it earlier. Man, everybody talking about Albert. They talking about them cartoons and talking about the accountability and everybody hold them accountable. Everybody's seeing it. People at the state and throughout the nation is watching what's going on. Look, I just want to share this so everybody can understand the scope. So it's time to act. This is an election year for people who's running for office. It is time to strike while the iron is hot. It's not just about May the 19th. It's about the integrity of our elections. It's about the integrity of our elected officials being held accountable to live according to the hand that they swore, the oath that they swore to take care of the people in Perry County. So that's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to raise awareness with. Because the next phase, PHASE, not FAZE, the next phase is coming. Now, I want to do this, and I know I'm going to end shortly, but I want to search something. Was it 12? Yeah. WAKA 12 News. I'm searching on what's that, January? That's the National Guard. Yeah, this it. On January. Yeah, here it go. On January the 20th, 2026, WAKA Channel 12, Albert called them in to do a news article. In the news article, all right, listen. I want everybody to understand how this man lies. I'm going to read this to you, and I'm going to tell you where he lied to the people this morning. Albert said this. He said, this was in the news article. This was in the news article. He said, phase 1 is to take care of the interior of the facility. Phase 2 will be taking care of the AC, the electrical, heat, and air, said Commission Chairman Albert Turner Jr. We'll have 2 phases of the 4 phases complete before March 19th. We'll go with phase 3 after May 19th election. Now, this morning, Albert got on the radio and said phase 2 was them to redo the roof. He said that this morning. Phase 2 was for him to redo the roof. And Albert said this. I'm going to tell you what this man name dropped and lie about anything. Now, I got my sister in here with me. I'm about to say this, and I'm going to probably laugh when I see her facial expression. Albert said this. I went to Huntsville, and I met with Alabama A&M and agriculture department, and we discussed about the swimming pool for the Barnett King Center. And we're going to collaborate with Alabama A&M Forestry Department about the pool at the Barnett King Center. Now, I matriculated at Alabama A&M University for 3 semesters. Well, I was enrolled in school there. I'll just say that. Forestry department, Alabama A&M Forestry Department is one of the nation's best forestry departments. The former chairman and the former commissioner, Cedric Hudson, was educated there. Many of the people that work in the forestry department at the state level was educated at Alabama A&M in their forestry department. I'm trying to understand what the forestry department got to do with the swimming pool. What does a forestry department got to do with the swimming pool? Now, if Albert has said, hey, we're going to do some controlled burning, you know, talk about growth and what trees we need to do, blase, blase, that's a different conversation. What forestry got to do with the swimming pool? And like I already said, I already did a video. If you go back in the middle of last month, if you go back under my reels and search, you'll see I did a video at the location for the Barnett King Center. The only room for a swimming pool they got over there is maybe one of them behind the house above ground pool. And they don't have that much space. They got only space I know they got enough of is for one of them little $5, $10 kiddie pools you can get at Walmart. But what does forestry got to do with a swimming pool? But see, he says that because people just take his word for it. But now when somebody come back and they present it in a way that it sounds is illogical, then people like, that don't even make any sense. But the reason why he does it is he's gotten away with it for years. Because the people that will listen to him, they'll go back and be like, well, you know, Albert, he working hard for the people. He working hard. He said he went to A&M. And they gonna help them with the pool and swimming lessons. That man name dropped so that, listen, when you got somebody like Albert who always have to attach his name to somebody else to seem relevant, that shows you the quality of person that he is. He can't stand on his own 2 feet. He can't. He got to throw the legacy of civil rights in there, family name, all of that stuff. He cannot stand on his own 2 feet. You know why? Because his record on his own 2 feet is abysmal. Is abysmal. Hey, Amy, I'm going to stop back by the dollar store because I went to the Dollar Tree earlier and got me some of them butter cookies. Y'all know, hold on, I got to show y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. See, this is why I like the Dollar Tree. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know these butter cookies right here, these butter rings. I'm talking about y'all get y'all some of that vanilla ice cream to go with these right here. Right here. Oh, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Hey, y'all remember the old oatmeal cookies they used to put in the red? They came in a red pack. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The oatmeal with the icing on it. See, my dad, I'm talking old school Uniontown right now. See, my grandmama used to send us to the store up to Clover Farm. And you go to Clover Farm, you could go in there. They used to have that bologna with the red wrap around them. And they'll cut that bologna for you. And you get that bologna cut for you. You get that cheese cut for you. Then you get, you go to Piggly Wiggly and you can buy them oatmeal cookies. Now, y'all remember them old windmill cookies too? See, I'm gonna stop talking because I'm thinking about it. I've been trying to find them old windmill cookies. But yeah, Kathleen, you are right. Albert also said this morning, look, I'm like, man, I'm ready to go and get back to the house, but I keep hearing what this man, remember what this man, thank for the reminder. For the Barnett King Center, for the $500,000 that they already, well, they still hadn't gotten the money yet, but it's been appropriated to them. Albert said this. He said, we already working to secure another $500,000 for the Barnett King Center. We're working a grant right now. Everything working. This man lied so much, he lied about that ADAM grant, $186,000. That was just a soft endorsement of Don Nichols. Ain't no, I went to ADAM and searched the site, ain't nothing listed. There's nothing listed for Perry County for $186,000. They had they had Marion, the City of Marion, Perry County Water Authority, and the Uniontown Water Authority. The only ones that got something. But that man just lied. He lies. And you know what? Some people are okay with it. And that's their prerogative. Right? But for the other people that use reason and exhibit the ability to think for themselves, I applaud you. I applaud you. But at the end of the day, this stuff is crazy. Again, and look, like this morning, he said he's already working for the $500,000. Now, I want y'all to pay attention. I want y'all to pay attention to it. Right? And Kathleen, I'm gonna say this. She said that building is named after my late aunt that did so much for this town. Makes me sick. He has so much corruption tied to her and King's name. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go even further. This is no disrespect to your auntie, or this is no disrespect to your late auntie or to the late Coretta Scott King. Albert did that in 2023. He only did that because it's reported to me that he did that to gain favor with the white community. And he didn't want to upset the black community, so he put Coretta Scott King name attached to it. Now, I'm not against anybody being honored. But if you think about it, the birthplace of Coretta Scott King is Marion, Alabama. The birthplace of Coretta Scott King is Marion, Alabama. And she has her name attached with somebody else's name for an old decapitated building. And they got a garden named after her honor at the courthouse with a couple flowers on it. Just think about that. But in the same town, Coretta Scott King's cousin, Albert Turner Sr., has the post office named after him. The highway, Jimmy Lee Jackson can't even get a highway named after him, but it's named with Albert Turner Sr. They got the courthouse annex named after Albert Turner Sr. And they got an elementary school named after Albert Turner Sr. But Coretta Scott King has to share a building being named after her, who is a decapitated building being named after her, with Miss Barnett, who did a lot for the city. But the motives behind it is a report of that the motives wanted to honor her. The motive would be self-serving for Albert. Because they just named it in 2023. Just think about that. Just sit down and just ask yourself that question. Why we got a town, you got 5, 6 things named after the father of one of the commissioners who is the one behind it, but nothing solely named to honor the life and legacy of Coretta Scott King? Or the Barnett family. And do y'all know Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King got married and married? Think about that. And listen, this is no disrespect. This is speaking straight facts. Straight facts. I understand air property and you have issues with families and stuff like that. I got it. Think about how much revenue the city of Marion could make if they had something really honoring Coretta Scott King. Something really honoring Jimmy Lee Jackson instead of just the name on the highway. and a plaque at the courthouse. You got the Jubilee, people come down. People will come here from all around the world just to see that. But they got $500,000 in 2018 to redo the jail that Abbott said they sent back $285,000. Because he couldn't get that done. But then want to talk about, they always talk about the negative, the positive. Okay, Zion Church, I got it. Zion Church is a church that Jimmy Lee Jackson went to. Not being funny, who's going to come see Zion Church, or who will come see the Perry County Jail set up as a museum? Who will come to see Coretta Scott King, her birthplace, the place that her and Dr. Martin Luther King got married at? Think about how much revenue will be brought in supporting the local businesses. Right? Just think about that. And then what is the motive about Judge Avery, the courthouse being named after Judge Avery? Like, you got to look at it. Look at y'all think I be joking. Y'all think I be joking the line. Albert does nothing that is not going to benefit him. The man said on the radio last Sunday, people get in, you support them, and they turn their back on you. What are you talking about? I'm about to owe you nothing. If people sit down and just think for a minute, instead of reacting and being emotionally tired and allowing their emotions to dictate, they'll sit back like, dang, that don't make no sense. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. Look, it was reported to me that Albert lied to Congresswoman Terry Sewell and said that the community wanted the post office to be named after his daddy. And the community were outraged. And y'all, Albert tried to name the gym at Francis Marion after his daddy. And went to Coach Woody Jackson and told Coach Woody Jackson, we'll name the flow after you, but the gym will be named after my dad. And then turn around and do a Black History highlight of Coach Woody Jackson. That's why Albert walked out of the ceremony when Miss Florence Parker was speaking, because for people that, contrary to what people don't know, the people in Marion had to do a petition to take to the school board because Albert was trying to name the gym at Francis Marion after his daddy. He was. And please tell me I'm lying. Because I can give people firsthand knowledge to tell you different. The people that actually went door to door and got those signatures on that petition to present to Dr. Smiley at the Perry County Board of Education. You gonna name the flow after Coach Jackson? After you done already got everything named after your daddy? Like, it's crazy work. But I will tell you, a tide is shifting. A tide is shifting. Albert, you did good this morning. You ain't try to hint towards me, because you know I'm back home. And you know I come to the courthouse. I will come to the courthouse to see my chairman. This outsider, I see my chairman. And you still ain't send me your size of your t-shirt, because I got your Get t-shirt ready for you. Now, what I would do is this. Since I'm back home and I know I just moved, and Albert, I will tell you this. Let me see. I'm gonna count in my head right now how many times I moved to Fort Hood. That's 1. Korea 2. Fort Riley 3. Fort Gordon 4. Fort Lee 5. Germany 6. Back to Fort Lee 7. Back to Korea 8. From Korea to Fort Gordon 9. From Fort Gordon to Fort Leavenworth 10. From Fort Leavenworth to Fort Drum 11, Fort Drum to Fort Stewart 12, Fort Stewart back home 13. I done moved 13 times in my military career. 13 times. So Albert, I'm pretty well versed in moving. So since I'm being back home, I will offer my assistance to help you when the commission votes you out and tell you got to get out the courthouse and go back over there, get back over there to the courthouse annex. I help you move out your office. I definitely help you move them records. I would definitely help you move those records out of the chairman office back over there to the annex that's named after your father, where the other commissioner's office is. Where you belong, my boy. Where you belong, where you belong, where you belong, where you belong. Where you belong, my boy. Right? And I need your t-shirt size. Now, I need you to be honest with me, because just give me the correct t-shirt size. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. But hey, I'm going to be sharing with people. I'm going to share with you guys about the candidates, about Albert campaign money. So y'all can see what's coming in, what's going out. They got to report it every month. Right? And I'm just curious to see how they're going to be creative on donating money, funneling money around election time like that usually happen through campaign funds. Very curious to see. Hey, Miss Queen, I got to hit my my person up that do my t-shirts. I think they go up to a 5X. Right? Yeah, I'm telling you, listen, there's a lot of people. I'm just going to say this. Y'all see the boxes I still got in the car. But there's a lot of people that have had so much to say about myself and others who've raised awareness. Now, I've recently been doing it heavily for the last few months, but there's been a lot of other people that's been talking about the similar things in the community. And I want to give a shout out to them, because a lot of them got crucified by people in the community. But 2026, hear me out. When accountability comes and the chicken comes to roost, I wonder what you're going to have to say. I wonder what you're going to have to say. And man, you guys have a blessed and wonderful rest of the day. It's time to get on back. I know my sister's ready to go. Talk to you later. And if I lied, please let me know. Send me credible information and I would definitely come back on. And go check out Educate to Elevate 334 on YouTube. Go and subscribe. I'll be uploading some more videos tonight as they pop up. You guys have a blessed and wonderful day. God bless. And Albert, want you to know, I'll be come see you soon. And I'll come see you and get on your calendar so we can talk as men. So I can see where I can assist you moving the county forward, my boy. Accountability and transparency are no longer optional, my boy.